with this commentary, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Funky Dineva and Tamar getting into it was real petty and minuscule, and I'm starting to feel like they both tricked us. Cause I can't believe that he actually thought that in a cold world that we actually believed that he got his ass up there and knocked out 6 of her front teeth and nothing was wrong. That was really petty. And it also reminded me of the Ari and Tucson shit. That Ari and Tucson really fell out for real. That's so crazy. I should have talked about this when it happened. I really thought that the Ari and Tucson shit was fake. To find out that Ari and Tucson are like seriously out here beefing. But I think what really was kind of funny was watching Tucson like vent to Tay. Because he thought that Tay was going to understand. But you guys will realize when you meet somebody through another person, don't never expect for the person, the mutual friend that y'all have in common, to take your side. If they knew said person first and then you came in and you were introduced to the group, what would ever make you think y'all cool enough for you to vent to the next bitch about how you don't like their friend? And that's another thing you got to understand too. If it's a real friendship, bitch, it's cool when I do it. When you do it, I'm looking at you funny. Because who told you could talk about my friend like that? Who are you to be talking about my friend like that? It's kind of crazy. How quiet is kept loud as it is, shit is crazy. Government shut down. Nikki out here losing aura. The aliens still ain't popped out. Like the rapture came and went again. What are we doing? What is actually happening? I think right now a lot of women are having a FOMO moment, you know, like, and it's kind of crazy to me because it's like rich people should have the advancement and the backing to where they're able to do a couple things at once. And I think the only difference between women who have the money and women who don't is that women who don't can't afford to get the help that women who have money have access to so that they can become the women and the people that they want to see. I'm so confused as to how Ayesha Curry, the wife of an NBA champion, a professional athlete, you know what I'm saying, well regarded at that, feels as though she feels that she was unable to achieve her career goals and dreams because she decided to become a family woman. Girl, all I need is a babysitter. How does a multimillionaire feel as though that she was unable to achieve? And then on top of what's the crazy part was that, like, I seen that the lady was she said she's been in the industry since she was 3 years old. Girl, you supposed to be using your connect. My man is Steph Curry. Okay, what's that gonna get for me? How can I use that to my advantage? How dare you get your punk ass online talking about, well, I just never want, like, I can understand that, you know, we should be free to, again, everybody should be free to say and do what they want. But the reality is that there are a bunch of people who are actually unable to say and or do what they want. And so when people who have better beneficial values get online and tell you, like, you should have held it down, what else do you expect? Same thing like that was going on with Jada Wade last week, a couple weeks ago, when Jada was like, listen, I applaud y'all because I don't think I would be able to do that. Even though Jada gets up and does something way harder. She gets up, she gets herself together. She runs a multi-million dollar business. Probably 1 or 2 at that. She's a mother. Ain't nobody said being a millionaire was easy. It don't matter if the nigga gave you the money or if you was born into it. Ain't nobody said having a multi-million dollar business was easy. Ain't nobody said being a multi-millionaire was easy. But I think that Ayesha was truly tone deaf in that moment. Like, truly tone deaf. Like, girl, what's stopping you from feeling accomplished? All I need is a babysitter. But the kind of babysitter I need, baby, I ain't got the money for that. If it ain't a babysitter, I need the chef, the laundry lady. I need somebody. I need an extra helping hand somewhere. You can afford several. Why are you not as established or where you want to be? And why are you blaming it on motherhood and marriage? Of course, you can be who you are as a person and understand wanting to be a superwoman and being passionate about everything. You want to be passionate about being a wife. You're passionate about being a mother. You're passionate about being an entrepreneur and a businesswoman. But, baby, you got to find some way to make it work. You have to stop internalizing all of the guilt. Your kids don't tell you that they feel bad because you didn't put them to bed last night because you wanted to do your podcast. That's you telling yourself you feel bad because you can't be there because you want to do the podcast. And if that baby telling you you got me feeling bad, Mom, because you wasn't here to put me to bed last night because you did that podcast, you tell them I tucked your ass in 4 nights ago. Now we got to make an easy compromise. There's 7 days out of the week. I'm giving you 4. I need 3. And if I'm giving you 4 days and at least 15 to 16 hours of my undivided attention, we need to make it work. Kids aren't slow, dumb, or stupid, and they're actually way more intelligent than people like to give them credit for. But because people like to use them as an excuse, then there's that. But if y'all ever need some parenting advice on how to show up and do both, you can always come back here and I'll let you know about that too. Because if you're rich and you can afford help, then you should be definitely, having help. But you shouldn't be abusing your authority with the help to where you gone out of the house 5 days out of a 7-day week. And you ain't did no breakfast, no lunch, or no dinner. Yeah, bitch, you should feel bad. You should feel real bad. And sometimes y'all are overachievers and y'all take on too much. And then y'all turn around and y'all try to make yourselves feel guilty about it. Y'all try to turn around and make everybody else feel guilty about it. But nobody told you that you had to do 12 things at once. Maybe and do what's right for you and your household. If you can only do, I wanted to finally get into this the read topic. Chriselle on reading down Cardi B after Cardi recently announced that she was pregnant with her 4th child by her boyfriend Stephon Diggs. Now, you can't tell rich people what to do. I'm extremely proud of the collective, and I'm gonna give us all a round of applause. Because we are talking about the hard stuff. We getting down to the nitty gritty of the topics. Yeah, you can have a baby with a rich nigga, but if you always gonna trying to live your best life doing your thing, if he always gonna doing his best thing, living his best life because he got to do his thing, who the fuck is there taking care of the baby? Who is there getting personal with the baby? That's another thing about the rich people too. You know what I'm saying? And this might also tie into the Ayesha Curry thing a little bit. I know that if you're a real mom, a real bitch, you don't want no nanny raising your baby. But it takes a village. And sometimes you have to pay for that village. But as I said before, don't abuse your authority with it and have the lady watching your baby 6 days out of a 7-day week. Don't have the lady there for 15, 16 hours, 5 days a week because you gone. And also, we need to start looking at very valid points. Rich kids grow up all the time and tell us that if I could have traded all that shit in just to have you next to me for a couple hours, I would have did that. Now, granted, Cardi works hard, but I don't think that Cardi is at the level of superstardom to where she's constantly away from her children. She can be. She can have some of the kids often. And so twice out of a 12-month year, then okay, cool. But bitch, if you're gone, what's essentially 6 or 7 months out of the year because you just taking care of business and it's always a here and there situation and then yeah, you're fucked up as parent and you need to start rethinking some shit. Because if you're making the babies but you're not there to raise the children, then something is going wrong. Children don't need a lot to be happy, and they definitely don't need no multi-million dollars. A dedicated parent who's locked into their child, tuning into their child 24/7, as much as they should be, is a resource. Is one of the top resources a kid can have. Don't get me wrong. I know that it's a blessing, a coveted blessing, to be able to take care of yourself and your children financially, to be able to do what y'all want to do, and you still have people to help you at the end of the day. But if you're abusing your authority and you're allowing nannies and all of those kind of people to raise your kids, yeah, that's kind of crazy, boo. I say all of this to say that I hope that and sometimes the truth hurts, and sometimes you need a harsh truth. Sometimes you need a harsh truth. I don't think Cardi needed the harsh truth right now. I think he could have waited. I think it definitely could have waited at least until she gave birth, until we seen the aspects of her and Stefan's personal relationship, how he's going to show up, how she plans to show up. I think we could have waited. But I think Cardi also understood her actions. But like I said, sometimes we need to hear the hard truth. And just because you got a bunch of money to raise a baby, if you ain't raising no baby, you don't need to be having no baby. But I will say that I think that it was... So there are 3 ways that I like to, figure out the how, what, when, and where, Does this person need to know this information? Does this person need to know this information right now? And do I need to be the person to deliver this information? And I think two out of those 3 questions for Cardi was no. I didn't think that she needed to be told. And I don't think that she needed to be told right now. But I don't think that she needed to be told right now. And I don't think that the person that told her needed to be the one to tell her. That should have came from her mammy's mouth. Momento. You just gave birth to Blossom. And also, I want Cardi to know she don't get no cool points for and Cardi already knows she don't get no cool points for this. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I just do what I want to do. Yeah, but baby, you are on a bigger platform now. You have to think about how that shit affects, everybody around you. Now you just put some extra work on your plate. And although the money is going to be there, it's going to come anyways. I mean, why not? I just don't think that a year after she had Blossom, like, you just gave birth. You didn't even give your body time to heal from Blossom good enough before you set the new baby in there. And that's why you fussing the new baby out, because he like, hold on, it's still dents in this motherfucker from last time. He trying to figure out how to get comfortable in there, and the shit ain't even closed up tight. I think that Cardi should have waited. But I think Chriselle was very distasteful. I think her comments were distasteful. I think her commentary was necessary. I just think that she should have smoothed it over. She should have said it nicelier. She could have said it nicelier. Cardi ain't her motherfucking friend. That ain't her homegirl from back in the day. That ain't her sister, baby, auntie, cousin, Tracy, them. She don't know that lady from a hole in the motherfucking wall. You should have never been up there talking about that lady like you personally seen her pussy before. Her mammy's supposed to talk to her like that. You ain't supposed to get up online and talk to her like that. What Cam said? Cam said it's hard to pull out that Bronx pussy. I wouldn't know. But I tell you, bitch, as a player, I got caught by something up from the Bronx. Just wrap it up. Wrap it up completely. Everybody just cut it out and let's find something new to do. You know what I'm saying? Next summer, we need to find some new activities, okay? Because these ones ain't it. And Cardi felt that drag from her soul because she didn't say a goddamn word. And she's not going to, because the truth is the truth. Like I said, y'all, I'm back by popular demand. If you like what you're seeing here, you can like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's get down some nitty gritty and let's figure out what's going on out here in these streets. But talk to y'all later. Bye.